Guten Tag and greetings to our Travelzoo members and our friends around the world, live from Munich, Germany, Oktoberfest 2017. And welcome to Travelzoo's exclusive broadcast of Oktoberfest 2017. I'm Travelzoo Senior Editor Gabe Saglie. I came all the way from Los Angeles for this party.
Grüß Gott, raus in die Welt, hello to the world. My name is Jochen Sattler. I'm a German TV presenter, originally from Munich, and I'm really glad to be here with Travelzoo tonight. Bienvenue a France, bienvenuta a Italia, welcome to the world.
Bienvenidos a nuestros amigos en España y Latinoamérica. And for those of you watching in the UK, the US, Canada, welcome to our exclusive broadcast. This is the biggest folk party in the world. Probably the biggest beer event in the world as well. And we could not be in a better place. We're inside the Hofbräu Tent.
Yes.
Here in beautiful Munich, Germany. And this is a 100-acre park that becomes the playground for 7 to 8 million people over the next 18 days. Oktoberfest begins this weekend. It ends on October the 3rd, and a lot of people will be coming through during that time.
This year we celebrate till the 3rd of August, or 3rd of October, that's right, because it's the National Day of Germany. And 18 days, 6 million people, 7 million liters of beer, and a lot of fun.
Nobody goes thirsty. Now, below us, 7,000 to 8,000 people have already quenched their thirst. They're reveling in the fun that the band and, of course, everybody's neighbors infuses into this event. We were going to be talking about beer, clearly, during the show. We'll be talking about food.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of food. We'll be talking about fashion because, in a lot of ways, Oktoberfest is a lot about.
We must talk about that.
And Lederhosen.
Yeah, you have the best one, really.
And I may not take these off even after Oktoberfest is done. I fit into these quite nicely. And we'll be talking about the culture and the history as well. We invite you to join us. Send in your questions. Perhaps you've been to Oktoberfest. Perhaps you've been inside the Hofbräu Tent. You've got memories you want to share with us. You've got questions you want to ask us. We'll answer them right here. So engage with us. Join us. Join the party. Catch your favorite brew. Sit back and join the show. Let's talk about this tent. To call it a tent, Jochen, is a bit of a misnomer. This is an architectural marvel in many ways.
Oh, yeah.
Erected out of wood for several months.
Yeah.
Leading up to Oktoberfest.
They build it up for 3 months and tear it down in 1 month. So 4 months they are just working in this beautiful tent. 10,000 people can have a place in and outside the tent. And
wait, this is a song where everybody pauses.
Oh yeah.
This is meant to encourage you to take a sip and join in. Prosit.
You learn it well. 1, 2, 3, so far. Yeah.
So far.
So far. So we drink this beautiful and well-tasting beer. Back to the tent a little bit more.
We're going to talk about this specific beer here in just a sec, but back to the tent. Again, this is going to be up through Oktoberfest, and then they tear it down in the course of about a month. It's a marvel because you got 7,000 to 8,000 people inside, 3,000 people outside. The weather cooperating beautifully today, so that outdoor garden is full.
Yeah, it is absolutely packed today. We have at the moment about 150,000 people on the place here in the 13 big tents and about 29, 30 smaller tents.
That's right.
This one here in the Hofbräu is the biggest tent in the Oktoberfest.
That's right. Now, we actually got a chance to talk about the tent with our host, Ricky Steinberg. This is a generational, family affair, and he gave us some insight into what it takes to actually build this tent and how many people actually are working here right now. Check this out. Are you impressed by how many tourists and Americans and people from all over Europe come to enjoy Oktoberfest here?
I am, but HB, Hofbräu is, I think, the most popular brand in the world, and everybody knows it. And the first thing they run to is the crown over there.
That's right, that's right.
And they try to find it and come in.
It's easy to find.
It is easy to find. And there are many big groups. They always meet once a year on the Oktoberfest in the Hofbräu tent.
So this is a very, very traditional and beautiful tent. We are just in front of it.
Thank you.
How long does it take to build up this tent?
They start in the middle of July to build it up, so about 2 months.
2 months to build it up, and how long to build it down?
Tear it down, it takes only 1 month.
1 month. So For about 4 months, you're just working here on this place to build up the tents and to do everything.
I don't have to build it up. There are people who can build it up, and they're used to do it. But I follow the whole thing from July till now, till today.
So we have the first day today. The weather conditions are very fine. Many people are there. And
how many people, by the way? How many guests you fit in here at one time? And how many employees do you have in there right now?
The tent fits about 10,000 people. If the garden is open, if they can sit outside, we have 7,000 seats inside and 3,000 seats outside. And I've got about 500 employees in there.
Exclusive broadcast of Oktoberfest 2017. We're inside the Hofbräu Tent here at Oktoberfest. Let's talk about this beer. Yeah. Only 6 breweries, just 6, get to produce and pour beer during Oktoberfest. Hofbräu is one of them, and this beer is special.
Oh, it is very special. We have 6 breweries in Munich, big breweries. Hofbräu is one of them. And all the breweries, they make a special beer only for the Oktoberfest. It's a bit stronger, you heard, and it tastes sweeter.
And there's a little less fizz. I mean, the point here is it's got to be a little easier to drink during these 18 days.
But it makes you tipsy after a while. You know?
You've got to be careful. People learn the hard way.
Yeah.
You've got to have some patience, and you got to pace yourself.
Exactly.
But the beer is definitely something that is a traditional element to life in Bavaria and certainly to Oktoberfest celebrations.
Yeah, it belongs to Bavaria, like Knödel and Lederhosen.
Jochen, we've got people joining in from all over the world. Laura, Sarah joining in from the US. Jack is in France. Amelia, Francoise, Pedro, Miguel. Sandra's joined in. If
Hello
you're
to the
watching,
world.
On your computer, on your cell phone, join the party. Connect with us. Tell us your favorite Oktoberfest memory. You got a question? We're here to answer it as well. We've got Tim from Germany. He wants to talk a little bit about Oktoberfest history, when it was founded. This is now the 184th Oktoberfest.
But it was founded in 1810 because it was the wedding of Ludwig I and Teresa. And the folks wanted to make a little festival for them. It was a horse race in the beginning, here on this place. It was outside of Munich.
Jochen, hold on. There's that song. Everybody join in now. I'm Prosit, Herr Gemüse. Okay, now we count this down. Here we go.
Again. Super.
Super. By the way, what is that song saying, by the way?
It says in English a kind of cheers to the coziness, or something like this.
Because people get, when you've got 7,000 of your closest friends around you, it's a cozy feeling.
We feel cozy if many people are around. That's typical for Bavarians, for Munich. We love to have people in the city. We love to have the people here. And one of the best ways to come here.
Travelzoo.
Maybe.
That's right. That's how I book my airfare in my hotel.
Right.
Obviously, prices go up a little bit during Oktoberfest, but there are ways to actually stay just outside the city. The underground here is a fantastic. The getting around the city is such an easy thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
On foot, on train, underground. It's great. Now, we were talking about historically Oktoberfest dating back to 1810, a wedding celebration of the Crown Prince Ludwig.
Yeah. And in the first years, only a few people came here for the horse race, and maybe a little bit later, in the end of the 19th century, it started to become really a popular folk fest. And since the 1950s, it's a real big festival. It's the biggest festival in the world.
What is amazing to me is the international cross-section. You look around the room, you walk the streets. You've got people from certainly the US, from all over Europe, from all over Asia. This is an international party.
It is, and everybody drinks beer. And we have 6 million of steins each year, and the servant, they bring you 12, 14 or 16 steins in one thing.
That's amazing. Now, actually, Hannah, coincidentally, how many steins can you hold at one time? You and I can probably do a few, and we can show off, but the fact of the matter is that the folks who work here, we've got 500 employees here at any particular time. They're holding what, 14, 15 steins?
Normally they have 10. But if it's really crowded, they take 12 and 14.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Very heavy.
By the way, these are heavy. I'm guessing that once this is full with beer, and this is a liter of beer, a Mass, I got that right?
So maybe you can take 3.
All right, let's see.
You know how it works? Yeah. That's it. Whoa, look at him, look at him. Can you imagine you having 12?
I didn't skip a beat, but I'm not sure how many more of these I can do. I'm at least holding up about 15 pounds.
Oh, yeah, more.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, the glass vessel on its own is several pounds. You fill it with a liter of beer, and you're definitely getting a workout. In fact, I was talking to someone here who she said that every time when Oktoberfest is done, her fingers, it takes a couple of days to get those fingers working all over again.
But they're used to it, you know, they're working every year. If you're working once in the Oktoberfest, you do it every year.
Now, this is grueling work, but it pays off, right?
Yeah.
The folks who actually work this work for tips. How much money are they making during an 18-day Oktoberfest?
It depends on where you're working, but normally you make 10,000, 12,000 euros during the week.
So grueling work, but there's a payoff at the end as well.
Well, but it's real hard work, so it's okay. It's okay.
You are watching Travelzoo's exclusive broadcast from Oktoberfest 2017 here in Munich, Germany. We're inside the Hofbräu Tent, along with about 8,000 of our closest friends who have already who are having a great time as we speak. Sylvester in Madrid wants to know about our outfits. I should say that we got our outfits from the Hofbräu online store.
Yes,
so if you want some genuine Oktoberfest outfits, paraphernalia. Now we're wearing the classic Lederhosen.
Typical Wiesen outfit. That means Lederhosen. We're wearing this typical skirt.
Yes.
We have the shoes. You know, no, you cannot show the shoes now.
But they're beautiful leather shoes.
You can buy it here in the Hofbräu House. They have a special store, and you can buy it all over Munich, all over Bavaria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there's a tradition when it comes to Lederhosen. How old were you when you got your first Lederhosen, Jochen?
I was 4 years old, maybe.
Yeah,
the
4
Lederhosen was very small.
Yeah,
now
I
it's
would
a bit
imagine
bigger.
you grew out of those. But Lederhosen are actually passed on to kids generation after generation.
Yeah. If it's a real Lederhosen, you wear it a lifetime.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't get rid of it. The ladies wear their dirndls.
Hey,
and there's something lovely about seeing a sea of dirndls. Throughout
it is said that
Munich.
Lederhosen and dirndl makes the people more sexy. And
Show off your shoes here, Jochen.
Yeah, if I look around, you know, this is old ones.
Yeah.
If I look around to these beautiful dirndls and to the guys, you know, who have these real nice leather pants, it really looks sexy.
No, it's a stylish thing.
It is.
And if I feel like these Lederhosen, these dirndls, are a bit of a fashion statement. They're coming back. People are wearing them. No one takes a second. I mean, I'm walking down the street in my Lederhosen. People don't take a second look. It's just standard operating procedure during this time of year. Yeah.
Some wear it all over the year, during the year. No problem.
So obviously beer is a big part of this. It is traditional, and the brewing of beer here in Bavaria goes back centuries. The food is a big part of what we do during Oktoberfest as well.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about, you don't come here and stay on a diet. You don't come here to lose pounds.
No.
This is hearty, rich food.
Yeah.
That is, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Getting slim is impossible at the Wiesen. The beer has much calories. That's normal.
Yeah.
And we eat really strong food. That means we need fat and stuff because we are living close to the Alps. It's very cold in the winter, and the food is has a very long tradition. The farmers eat it, you know, so they had to be very strong. The best food is Händel, Haxen maybe, and all this stuff.
Now we actually, the beauty of this tent is there actually is a working kitchen with professional chefs here every single day, and they are working full time. We got into the kitchen just a few hours ago, and really what you're seeing mostly come out of that kitchen is what you call the Händel, but it's a chicken. We're talking about half chickens and portions of full chickens. About half a million chickens are served up during Oktoberfest. That is the classic pairing with beer, isn't it?
500,000 chicken. Yeah, maybe more. They have 500,000 chicken eating during the Wiesen. And what we see now, there comes the servant. Here's the chicken.
Oh yeah, let's get some Händel out here, ladies.
Maybe you're gonna have the Händel.
First of all, here's a small pretzel for you, Jochen. A little snack. And
here we are.
Okay, so this here's
beautiful.
I mean, you don't go hungry here, folks.
This is
wonderful. This is the beauty of Oktoberfest. You eat, and you drink, and then you eat.
That's it.
And it's a pastime, basically.
If you drink, you must eat. So
exactly right.
Here we have a really typical Bavarian Wiesen Händel. And during the 18 days of the Oktoberfest, people eat 500,000 of this.
It's amazing.
And what we see here is a typical Bavarian Brotzeit, it's called. Bavarian food. We have the Radi here, we have the Schmalz, and this is called Oberster, a beautiful cheese with onions on it and stuff. This is a Radi, it tastes very, very well, you know. And what we see here is a typical Wiesenbrezen. It's bigger than the others, tastes very fine. You need to eat this to every food you order.
Now, Jochen, I got a little bit of a problem. I'm eating the handle,
Up.
and I've got no napkin. What do I do?
Take your leather pants.
I use my Lederhosen.
That's
I use
normal.
my Lederhosen
Yeah,
to wipe
use
my
it,
fingers.
use it. That's
That's
what
allowed.
we do.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, no problem. There we
The
go.
more you use it, the
Go back for more.
better they look. That's normal.
You get the sheen,
Yeah.
and generation after generation, you actually, you enhance the look and the feel of the Lederhosen by using it as a way to.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's show you some of the food scene that we see. I mean, it's such an impressive operation in the kitchen. Not only the chefs and the cooks, but the folks who are actually bringing the food out. I mean, this is such a well-oiled machine.
So you see here a Haxen with Knödel, also very typical for Bavarian food. The Knödel tastes very fine. It takes the sauce off. Here is the Händel. This is all Bavarian food, and people love it to eat the sausage with kraut, all over the world. Yeah, and here are the Händel, 500,000.
And we're cranking these chickens out throughout the whole day.
Yeah, they barbecued the whole day. This is called Kaspatzen. Yeah, it's the cheesy stuff that makes you really full, but it's a good ground if you drink beer. It's nice. You can drink more and gives you more condition.
By the way, Benjamin in France wants to know, is there vegetarian food?
Oh.
We've mentioned, there's obviously a lot of protein that goes on here.
Well.
Vegetarian food, potato salad. has potato salad in there.
But vegetarian food was not founded in Bavaria, I
No,
think.
certainly not.
Not really, but we have the vegetarian food. You can eat this. The cheesy stuff is also very, very nice. And you look here, the servants, they carry one after the other, People eat very, very much Händel and potato salad and all that stuff.
Patrick in the U.S. Wants to know what your favorite food is at Oktoberfest. I think I know the answer to that.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Händel. It's the
the
chicken.
Händel, yeah. The Händel is traditional. It tastes really good because they have a very special, it's like pepper and all that stuff.
Yeah, the seasoning is delicious.
Oh, it's delicious, absolutely.
And the meat is it falls off the
Yeah.
bone. It's well done. It's that, it's that slow cooking that goes on the entire day, basically, that really allows those flavors to marinate.
Oh, yeah.
And really explode.
Händel and the Brezen is the best you can have in the Wiesn, but everything is fine.
You're watching Travelzoo's exclusive broadcast of Oktoberfest 2017 in Munich, Germany. And we're inside the Hofbräu Tent, only one of the 6 breweries allowed to produce and pour beer during Oktoberfest here in Munich, because they make the beer within the city limits of Munich. And we're talking about breweries that go back hundreds and hundreds of years, right?
Yeah, I think the first one was founded in the 1364, something like this. It was another brewery. Hofbräu was founded, in the 15th century.
Yeah.
Very old, yeah.
So obviously a
And
traditional.
it's still the same beer.
Same beer.
Yeah.
That recipe doesn't change.
Yeah.
Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what they say in the States.
Yeah, they only use the hop. You can see here the hop hanging around. They only use the hop and water. That's all to make beer.
By the way, I turned around and I see that jovial angel hanging from above.
Aloysius,
It's Angel Aloysius
Angel
watching over the
Aloysius,
crowd, huh?
A very famous figure in Bavaria. It's maybe a kind of comic figure, hundreds of years old, and he was an angel sent back from God to Munich to bring the government of Bavaria his Godish influence. But he went to the Hofbräu house and drank one beer after the other, and is sitting still there. So the government has no Godish influence.
Right. All right. But look, there he is, Aloysius. He's overlooking the crowd. And I mean, this is a guy that every morning he needs to be cleaned up.
Yeah, he needs to be cleaned up, because when the atmosphere is on its highest level, women throwing their bras to the angel Aloysius.
So that's basically what happened. Anything could happen here.
All
Just
right.
keep that in mind.
All
By
right.
the way, aside from what happens here at this 100-acre park that is the heart of Oktoberfest, there is, obviously an amazing amount of activity around the city of Munich. including the parade.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest costumes parade in the world,
In
which
the
you and
world.
I got to experience earlier today.
Yeah, we've been there in the morning, and here we see the parade coming on from the Odeonsplatz. 8,000 people. Here we have the Munich child. It's the symbol from Munich, the Münchner Kindle.
That kicks off the parade, right?
And all these costume people with really old costumes, with costumes that sometimes some centuries old.
The colors were so vibrant.
Oh, here we are.
The decorations were so elaborate.
yeah.
And there's meaning, there's significance behind each of those elements.
Ah,
What I loved about this parade, by the way, Jochen, was how it was like clockwork. I mean, there was no. Keep in mind, this is a 4.5 mile
Yeah.
parade, 7-kilometer parade, making it the longest costume parade in the world. But the fact is, we didn't skip a beat. There was no lagging. There was no waiting around for the next entry. I mean, it's like a Swiss watch.
Well, it's well organized. We are in Germany, you know. Well, but
It's
it
German
has-
precision there.
Oh,
yeah.
it has to be well organized with 8,000 people, all the horses, all the wagons, everybody who's working with. It has to be organized. But to see this parade is one of the biggest things you can see in Munich. I mean, so many real nice costumes, you know. You see the costumes from the different parts of Bavaria, here we are.
Yeah.
From different parts of Europe, so from France, from Switzerland, from Austria, Czechoslovakia, Poland, from all over Europe. And this is really, really a nice experience to see these bands, the groups, and this wonderful costume parade.
It was a beautiful, marvelous thing to see. And although it was a little rainy in the morning today, that did not dissuade the crowds from coming out en masse to cheer these folks on. Patrick, in France, in Germany, how long does the parade last? So as we mentioned, it's a
It was
4
more than-
mile, 7-kilometer parade.
It lasts about 3 hours. you know.
So you're out there for a chunk of the day before then you descend on Oktoberfest. By the way, keep your questions coming. We want to hear from you no matter what corner of the world you're watching us right now. Perhaps you've popped open your favorite beer and you're sitting in front of your computer, or you're watching us on your mobile phone. Join the party. There are 7,000 people down below, 3,000 people in the garden. Just in this one Hofbräu tent, there's room for one more. Let it be you and join the party right now.
You have the great opportunity to ask some questions. Maybe we can give you a good answer. We have 2 questions, I see.
Now, this is a question from Tatiana, also about the food and how many chickens are served up. And as we mentioned, about 500,000 chickens.
500,000, yeah.
Are served up during the course
Half
of
chicken, you know. That means 250,000 chicken are killed.
Laura in Spain, why is Oktoberfest? It's Oktoberfest, but we're actually celebrating it now in September. Why is it that Oktoberfest would begin in September?
Exactly, very smart question. It was in October in former time, you know. The 10th of October was the wedding of King Ludwig and Teresa. But the weather conditions have been very nice. We have an Indian summer in Germany as well. It's always in the middle of September, so they decided to make it a little bit further.
We moved it up and then just made it really long, so it lasts into
That's
October.
all, you know. That's because of the weather conditions.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. But it must last until the October.
Exactly right.
Well,
the crowd keeps filing in. The crowd gets bigger inside the Hofbräu tent, but there's also a lot of activity outside. A lot of what happens outside these tents is what actually makes this, in many ways, a family-friendly affair. There's fun, there's entertainment, there are these fantastic rides. There's one classic ride that you said you absolutely have to experience. That's what
I told you. Yeah,
right?
The wild mouse. Yeah, and we went in to the wild mouse.
And I'm thinking mouse. This thing is going to be a pretty nice little, short ride, but it's a thrilling ride. It's got a lot of twists and turns you don't see coming, and don't let the colors fool you. This is actually a adrenaline-pumping experience.
Well, the Wilde Mouse is a traditional carousel. You see us here sitting in the Wilde Mouse. It's one of about
so far so good. Like we're smiling now. Right?
Yeah. This is not the thrill. The thrill is going to come now when we're on the highest point. Yeah, you see our face.
Yeah, I remember asking you, I'm like, this is not so bad. And then you said, actually, the worst part comes now when you actually get to the top.
Now it comes, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, here we
By
go.
the way, one
Here
thing,
we go.
the view from up there was fantastic.
Ooh, yeah.
On a day like this, we've seen these days that have started off a little rainy, but then the skies will open up in the afternoon. That's where you get some of the best views from atop a ride like that.
Here we are.
the mouse.
We have more than 100 carousels on the Oktoberfest. It's the biggest fun park in the world, you know. And the Oktoberfest is divided into the tents and into this fun park, you know. So you can have a beer and you go to a carousel. That's nice.
Christian wants to know if we were scared up there, and the fact of the matter is, I mean, you know, we're grown men. But there are a heck of a lot of twists and turns that you don't see coming in this Wilde Maus.
Yeah, if you look at the pictures, you know,
Yeah.
I wasn't scared. No.
No. I thought you've done that, but you've done that
I've
before.
never been scared. No.
All right, listen. We have got the crowd online is huge. For those of you who have joined us on Facebook from all over the world, from countries both near and far, we thank you. Keep the questions coming. We'll keep engaging you on Facebook. But thanks for joining us on Travelzoo's exclusive broadcast from Oktoberfest 2017 here in Munich, Germany. Jochen, what a pleasure. Thanks for being our guide, huh?
Nice, very nice.
Prost.
Grüß euch. Servus. Prost.